Hello, I'm here to discuss with you once again my vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. On April 23rd, 2014, I had begun my pre-op 2-week liquid diet, and at that time I was 296.8 pounds. 14 days later, on May the 6th, 2014, I actually had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, and on that date I was 281 pounds. Today is August the 19th, 2014. I am down a total of 59 pounds from my April 23rd, 2014 initial start of the 2-week liquid diet. I'd like to say first of all that I have no issues, no complications whatsoever. I basically eat whatever I want, or basically whatever I can fit in this 1/2 cup measuring cup, and I have to scrape it flush. If I eat anything slightly rounded, I eat too much, and I can actually feel a little bit discomfort in my sleeve. So I don't want to eat anything more than this. I do eat about 5 times a day, but again, no more than what I can get in this cup. It really doesn't matter what I eat. I'm pretty much free to eat anything I want. I do avoid nuts. I haven't had bread since before the 2-week liquid diet. I've had absolutely no fast food. I have absolutely no desire for fast food, where beforehand I was a fast food junkie. I would go buy a Burger King or a Jack in the Box or whatever, and I'd pull in and get something, or worst, I would go buy a Krispy Kreme and I would go in and order a dozen donuts. And today I go buy that Krispy Kreme, the same place, and to me it's like looking at a storage facility. It has no interest. I have no interest in it whatsoever, which is an incredibly awesome thing for me to say, especially for somebody like myself who had a major sweet tooth. My sweet tooth is completely gone. I do not crave sweets whatsoever. That's a real profound statement for me to make, because I loved sweets and it's gone. That desire is completely gone. You're definitely going to have a change in your taste buds if you go through the surgery. At least that was my experience. Last time I made a video, I discussed that I had one issue. I would get 4 or 5 times a day, I would have a little bit of acid come up right here. It would last for maybe 4 or 5 seconds and it would quickly dissipate. I haven't had that sensation in over a month and a half. It's completely gone. I still do not get hungry at all. I eat because I have to eat. If I don't eat, then I actually experience weakness, but the weakness will not start occurring unless I do not eat or if I eat very little. Like for instance, if I fill this measuring cup up like twice only in one day, if I do that for like 2 or 3 days, then I start feeling weakness and I know I got to eat more. So that's when I'll actually fill this thing up about 5 times a day. I have no problem with dehydration whatsoever. As far as drinking water, I actually go through about 75 ounces of water a day. Drinking water is not anywhere near the same as actually consuming food, because of the density of the food. It's a lot more difficult for that food to pass through your pylorus valve than actually drinking liquids. I still drink my protein shakes. I usually have just one a day, and I've actually dropped from a 46-inch waist all the way down to a loose 38-inch waist. I can almost button a pair of 36-inch waist shorts. I imagine I'll be able to fit in those sometime next month, early next month. I'm actually losing about 2.5 pounds a week, and that's been continuous basically since day one from surgery. For me, this surgery has been the greatest thing for my health and my weight loss that I've ever underwent. I've tried everything prior to surgery to lose weight, and I've successfully lost weight on Atkins, high protein diets, only to gain all the weight back. And this was basically the three times I went through Atkins, and 3 times I lost about 75 pounds. This time is definitely different because of the size of my stomach has been completely reduced from what it was. I'm guessing it's been reduced all the way to about 15% of what it was. So it's just a wonderful thing. I was able to eat about 6 cups, which is 12 of these at any given meal. So that right there says it all, basically. A lot of naysayers will say, well, you should try Jenny Craig or something like that. And all I can say is if for some reason I do start to regain weight, how much better will Jenny Craig work for me when all I could eat is half a cup? I'm not going to say that this diet is going to be for everybody, or the surgical route is going to be for everybody, but it was definitely the right thing for me to do. And if you're anything like me, and I imagine you probably are, which is why you're watching this video, you're probably overweight and you're probably considering going the surgical route. All I can say or tell you is my personal experience, and thus far it has been fantastic. It's been awesome. I can't understate that enough. The surgery was no big, for me it was, again, my personal experience, it was no big deal. And I have only one phobia, and that's needles. So, for me to do it, especially hating needles as much as I do, that says a lot. But I did it. It was, you go into the operating room, you're talking, and all of a sudden they put that mask on your face. Next thing you're aware of is you're waking up in recovery. And when I woke up in recovery, it was extremely painful. I can't lie to you about that. However, the pain lasted maybe, from my perspective, I was still coming out of anesthetic, but from my perspective, it seemed like it was only like a minute or two. The nurse came over, she gave me, I don't know what she gave me, I think it was morphine. That was the last amount of pain I experienced the whole duration of being in the hospital. I got home from the hospital. The doctor gave me a pain prescription. I got out of bed in the morning, and crawling on my hands and knees to get out of bed, my stomach would hang. That was painful. But once I stood up, the pain went away. I actually took only one pain pill from the doctor's prescription, and I don't even really know why I took that. I wasn't in that much of pain, but I decided to take it, and I took that one pill, and that was the only pill I took from the whole bottle. I noticed a significant improvement each and every day from that day forward, from the first day home forward. I'm going to say I had an increase, or a decrease in pain, rather, of about 10% per day. Pain, total duration of pain lasted about 10 days. But again, each day it got progressively less, about 10%. After about 10 days, I was about feeling 100% normal. I have had a great deal of increase in energy. I've had people come up to me and tell me that I look 20 years younger. I don't know if that's, if they're being kind, but I definitely have noticed a difference that I do look younger. And being that everybody is saying that, I don't think they're all just being kind. Some people tell me that for instance, my chiropractor, I go see him once every 2 weeks, And he always does a double take every time he sees me in the waiting room, because he looks at me and he goes, is that me? And I go, yeah, it's me. So anyway, I really haven't been exercising as much as I should. I need to start doing that more, which I plan on doing. In fact, I just bought a Bowflex tread climber a couple weeks back, and I've only used it like 3 times, so I need to start. I want to do it like 3 times a week. I will have some questions from my doctor, because I'm only consuming about 700 calories a day, and a half hour on that tread climber, I'm burning about 395 calories. And I know that I need some calories. I got to do the research and find out how many calories a man actually burns in the day just sitting on his butt. So I need to find that out. Anyway, again, if you're thinking about doing this, my perspective, do it. It's been fantastic. My insurance actually paid for basically the whole thing. I had to pay like maybe $2,000. The hospital bill itself was expensive. It came out to over $75,000. But insurance paid virtually all of it. I mean, I had to pay $2,000, but it was definitely worth doing, worth the money. Again, I would do it tomorrow. Knowing what I know now, I would do it tomorrow. One of the things that was bothering me before surgery about actually doing it wasn't so much the needles, but they were talking. The nurse told me the day before the surgery, that they were going to use a catheter. Now, I did not want a catheter at all, but she insisted. Oh yeah, doctor's going to use a catheter. So just before surgery, the doctor came in and spoke with me and my wife a bit, and I asked him specifically about using the catheter, and he goes, well, yeah, we're not going to use a catheter on you if you go to the bathroom right now before surgery. So I did. I had no catheter, so in case some of you are worried about getting a catheter, don't be. Anyway, that's about all there is for right now. I will get back to you when I can. If you have any questions,
feel free to email me. I will leave my email address at the top of the screen, because I guess there's some kind of problem with eBay with YouTube right now, where you're not allowed to ask questions. So thank you for your attention, and have a good day.